What's up everybody, Andrew here with the Medellin Living Real Estate channel. In this video, I'm going to walk through the neighborhood of Patio Bonito. I'm going to give you the pros and cons of living here. And I'm also going to do a walkthrough of a beautiful penthouse that way. So as I walk over, let's talk about the pros. The first pro, in my opinion, is exactly what you're looking at here. I mean, you can't escape the greenery in Medellin pretty much anywhere you live. But what I love about this neighborhood is that it's flat and that there are these pathways along the creek. There's a creek here to the right. Since it's been raining, it's been flowing pretty nicely. And if you live, for example, in these apartments nearby, that's what you hear at night. So I love the fact that it's flat and I can walk everywhere here. To put it into perspective as to how important a flat area in El Poblado is, most of El Poblado is up this way. We're basically at the bottom, the east of El Poblado. If you go to the west, it's all mountains. It's basically on a hill. So pretty much if you live in El Poblado, you live in the hills, unless if you live in one of 4 different neighborhoods, which are Manila behind me, Astorga adjacent to Patio Bonito, and Patio Bonito and Santa Maria de Los Angeles, which is towards the south. But that's just 4 out of the 22 different neighborhoods inside of the giant neighborhood of El Poblado. So living in a flat area in El Poblado is kind of far and few between, and these neighborhoods are small, so they're very sought after. The next pro is accessibility. Patio Bonito runs between 2 major avenues, Avenida Poblado and Avenida Las Vegas. They both run north and south, which means that if you needed to get out of this neighborhood anywhere within the city, you could either do it by walking because it's flat, unless if you need to go into a hilly area, or you could do it by taking an Uber or a taxi, and those come very quickly because of the fact that it is accessible between those 2 major roads. You could even do it by bicycle or one of those electric scooters because it is flat. You could pretty much run north and south easily. Another pro is the fact that it is walking distance from Provenza. It's walking distance from Parque del Poblado. It's also walking distance from Parque Lleras. So it's walking distance from the touristy area where all the cafes, little shops, and obviously nightlife. But it's far enough where you're in a residential neighborhood. It's very rare to see foreigners walking around here, even though there are a couple hotels and a couple of hostels. There are a couple of streets here that have restaurants and a couple of cafes and a couple hostels as well, as well as a couple of hotels. I'm walking on one of the streets right now. We're walking alongside Chum Burger, and then there's Office Burger here. There's a smokehouse over there, a whiskey bar over here that we're gonna walk by, a little tiendita, which is a little corner market. So it definitely feels like a Colombian neighborhood as opposed to just a touristy, gentrified neighborhood. Although we are basically walking distance to Barrio Manila, which has been gentrified, and walking distance to Provenza. I mean, you still have like the flower guy here that sells flowers on the corner. You still got your corner bar, which is full of Colombians taking a break, having a beer right behind me. But you also have, for example, these brand new hotels like the Sites Hotel, which is right here, and also like chic and new restaurants like Zuma, which is a Korean barbecue and sushi restaurant right behind me. So looking into the future, Patio Bonito looks to be something to invest in because it's obviously a high demand area for locals to live in. And as it continues to grow, Medellin continues with tourism, they're going to continue building hotels, they're going to continue building Airbnb buildings in these type of neighborhoods that are flat because usually tourists like to walk around and explore the city. So we're gonna go into the studio where Franco's gonna take you on the walkthrough of this. Then after that, I'm gonna talk to you about the cons of living in this neighborhood.
Thank you, Andrew. And yes, let's walk into this property and check it out. Now, stick around towards the end of this walkthrough, by the way, because I'll go over on the map what's around you and where we are in the neighborhood of Patio Bonito. And this property has a lot of space. It has 264 square meters. It is a duplex penthouse We're on the 10th floor of this building with 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Here is the view from the balcony on the first level that looks into the complex. You saw the 2 separate living areas. One was being used as a TV room, TV area. The other was being used more of a social gathering area. You have high ceilings as well in those areas. Here's the dining area, again with high ceilings. High ceilings in the kitchen as well as in the bedrooms. Now, you know, with so much space, I think this property is great for someone that is looking for a long-term residential use. You know, if it's someone that has a large family or a family that's growing and they need the space, and you know, with so much space here, 264 square meters, you know, you can definitely fit everyone in here. What you get with this property, you get 2 parking spots as well as a storage room. You know, there's limited shared amenities, and you cannot do short-term rentals, which also makes it better suited for that long-term use. You know, that doesn't mean that you can't do Airbnb. You could do monthly rentals, you know, and the way that you maybe furnish this place, maybe a few upgrades if you want to do a bit of upgrades here, as well as the way that you manage the property and the way that you market it, I think it could also do really well on Airbnb. Just comes down to all those other things. So we're in the master bedroom here. We're looking at the small balcony that it has that looks into Patio Bonito. We'll head into the walk-in closet of the master bedroom as well as the master bathroom. And there's 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Again, we're gonna walk upstairs where they're currently using it as a separate bedroom. And I think, you know, depending on how you market it, maybe if you market this place to digital nomads and you want to do Airbnb with it, this whole area up top, you can either do a separate bedroom or just use it as a co-working area, because you do have a nice view here that we're about to see. So I'll let you finish the walkthrough and then we'll go check out the map. Okay, so let's take a look at the listing of this property. It is on our website, and if you guys want to check out our website, then go to medellinlivingrealestate.com. Here you'll get all of the information about this property, and we'll scroll down to the map that we have on the listing here, and you'll see that it's down here in this indicator. We're in like the southern area of Patio Bonito, and I'll show you exactly here on the map what I mean by that. So on the map here, Google Maps, I have a few places that are highlighted to show you what's around you. So this yellow area, that is all of Patio Bonito. And the red area right here, I'll zoom in just a little bit. This red area in the southeast of Patio Bonito is where the building's located. Now we have 2 walking routes that I pointed out. So this first long one that goes all the way up north goes to the restaurants and the hotels that Andrew walked by through there. They just opened up an office burger there. There's some great Korean barbecue that they opened up there recently. So, you know, walking distance, it's like 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Very easy to walk because it's all flat. And again, this other walking route, this one actually goes up to Carrera 43A. So you're very close to a main road. So that means it's great for Ubers, right? Easy access for Ubers, great for deliveries, right? Rappi, they're not going to get lost. It's very close to a main road, as well as Carrera 43A, that is Avenida Poblado, which they close down on Sundays for ciclovia. And it's great to go out there on Sunday mornings if you like to walk around and you like jogging, because that whole street is blocked off and you can walking up and down the road. Now, the supermarkets, you do have Calle 10, Éxito, very close to you. That's walking distance. Give it like 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. It is flat, so it's not a brutal walk, and it's highlighted right here in this purple area up north. And then obviously that's the Éxito of Calle 10, which means Calle 10 is very close to you, and that's this black line, which eventually brings you to Provenza. So if you like going to Provenza, the nightlife, the restaurants, the cafes that are up there, well, you're not very far from it. You're just a 10-minute drive or Uber ride from there. Maybe a 15-minute walk to it, but it's, you know, it's not a brutal walk as well. And you get to enjoy, you know, the scenery of El Poblado. So there you go. That is the walkthrough and the map for this property. Now we'll go back to Andrew out on the streets so he can cover the cons of Patio Bonito.
That apartment is beautiful. Let's talk about the cons of living in this neighborhood. The first one is something that you've probably seen as I'm walking through here, is traffic. since it is accessible and it's in a flat area and it's on the east of El Poblado, which is right next to the main river, right? The Medellin River, and all of the highways, or the two highways, the major roads, you get a lot of through traffic. Right now it's not even rush hour, so you don't see a lot of traffic, but at rush hour, around 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., you get a lot of traffic, and going through here can be kind of a delay. The next con is the fact that even though that it is in El Poblado, it's not an Estrato 6. Estrato 6 means it's the highest socioeconomic stratum. For those of you that want something more luxury, more secluded, something more isolated from lower income neighborhoods, this is not the neighborhood. This is more of a Colombian residential neighborhood. And you do have other lower income neighborhoods that are adjacent, like Cristo Rey, Guayabal, which are still safe neighborhoods, but they're not like the fancy level 6 neighborhoods of Medellin. The next con is for those of you wanting to rent out on Airbnb daily. Most of these buildings, I would say the majority of these buildings, are residential buildings, and according to the laws and regulations and how strict they're going to be nowadays with Airbnb or daily Airbnbs, you're not going to be able to rent, for example, that penthouse daily. You can only do it monthly, and in some cases, some HOAs only allow you to do very long contracts, like 6 months to a year long contracts. So for investment purposes and ROI purposes, it's going to be lower, especially if that is the case where you can only rent for 6 months to a year. In most cases, you'll be able to rent out for 30 days. Obviously, working with a team like ours, we can help you become compliant no matter what type of rental you're going to have. But yeah, I think that could be a con for anybody that wants to rent daily, because again, this is a residential neighborhood. These are residential buildings. They don't want people coming in and out of their apartments or their apartment complex. As you can see, most of them are gated complexes with 24-hour security, and they're not going to want people coming in and out, people having parties, bringing prostitutes over and drugs, etc. The next con is price per square meter. It is going to be a little bit more expensive here than in any other area in Medellin. It's going to be less expensive than those luxury or exclusive neighborhoods that are socioeconomic stratus 6 up in the hills, but it's definitely going to be more expensive than anything that you can find in neighborhoods like Laureles, Belén, Envigado. Well, Envigado has some very expensive neighborhoods as well, but the point is that it's going to be a little bit more expensive than what you can find in other neighborhoods, so that could be a con if it doesn't fit your lifestyle. And that brings me to my last point. Living in this neighborhood, I've been living here now for almost 2 years in this neighborhood, and the reason I moved here is because it's all flat and walkable, and I still love walking over to cafes, restaurants, the nightlife, not having to take or rely on Ubers all the time while I do my day-to-day things. I can walk to the corner shop, the little market, and buy my food every day. I could go to a restaurant, I could take my kid to the pool, to the playground in my unit, and the fact that it's definitely cheaper to live here than it is in those exclusive neighborhoods, and it is still pretty exclusive. For locals, this is a ritzy neighborhood. So if you're looking to buy an apartment in Medellin, if you want to take a look at that penthouse, or maybe you're looking for something completely different, or maybe you found something on someone else's website, but you want to work with us, all you got to do is click the link in the description below, fill out the form. Somebody on the team will get back to you as soon as possible. We'll see you in Medellin.